Soul Garden.
Hello, Officer Scorpio, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Update. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your host to the universe. I'm also the co-host of the first annual Miss Lilith Catwalk Costume Contest, which is our cool new way of dressing up and strutting our stuff at soulgarden.me. This is a costume contest based on the asteroid Lilith in your chart, which exposes your rage and your inner child issues with mama or women or yourself as a woman. It's very feminine, but it's also very passionate. And for us, it's a great little excuse to dress up on Halloween and explore something cool astrologically. So come on down to an office hours and find out where your Lilith is. We'll look it up for you. The winner of the Catwalk contest is going to win a full year of Soulmar videos on the house and a special potion from the Witch Doctor. And for those of you who think this might be sexist, well, I will be there dressed as a native reporting to the Witch Doctor shirtless. So there is no shame at soulgarden.me. Well, Officer, we are going to graduate. This is an exciting time to be a Scorpio, honestly. Period. It really is. This is the turning point for any Scorpio at any age. This is the turning point, period. You went through a Pluto transit in the 80s. You went through another Saturn transit here. This is it, okay, as far as beating up the Scorpios. But you're going to have a leap of faith. In fact, that's where this transit begins. This week begins with a test of faith. Having a test of faith. Does God have your back or not? It's a black or white issue, Scorpio. You've got to make the decision and own it, and you've got to live with it and run with it. No more second guessing, no more questioning. Then we move right into Saturn and Scorpio, a 3-year transit of a ego charisma overhaul, reprogramming your ego based on the fact that you now say God has your back, based on everything you've learned, a new ego, a new external self. All right, so it's a powerful time, and it's your birthday too. This is a good year to celebrate. I think, for the Scorpio. So when we wrap around and come back on Sunday, Fun Day, it's a Mother Earth Rule Day, and you are squatting and holding space on what? That inner faith. Now, inner faith or test of faith means you will not have tangible evidence. You will not be able to pass go and collect $200. There will be nothing but you and God, universe, and that's the test of faith. So I just want to make that very clear to all of those who are watching. But you do have the sword of Saturn in your hand. Saturn is now 1 degree Scorpio. And the sun is technically conjuncting Saturn, so that means that as you are graduating a test of faith, you're picking up the sword and ready to kick Astro with your new ego, all right? Now, the first thing you want to protect, very simply, is what you love about yourself, which is a lot, okay? The first degree is your ego needs to protect what you love about yourself. Think nothing else. Do not think of the mortgage. Do not think of the husband. Do not think of the kids. Do not think of just what you love about yourself. That's all you got to honor, and that is your faith that gets you through until further notice. I'll let you know. Then on Monday, it's that test of faith. We're at 29 degrees, the final degree. This is the final test of faith for 30 years, okay? In the biggest and deepest and hardest way. Whatever it takes for you to have that test of faith will be what you manifest. So no matter what crisis happens, it's a test of faith on Monday. Cloudy chance of anxiety. The moon will be in Aquarius, so on top of that test of faith, the universe is making your emotions more vulnerable, more needy than usual. What you just saw was the Pluto Libra generation is also graduating their childhood karma on this day. So huge graduation. Now, if you're a Scorpio, you're pretty much graduating your childhood karma if you faced your weeds, because that's where they grow, is in your childhood. So no matter what, you want to honor your feelings and just persevere and push. Just move forward. Notice Saturn now at 2 degrees, which means your ego is trigger happy and very emotional, cautious to everyone on the planet. I should really put out a GA alert that all Scorpios are in stinger mode. Then on Tuesday, it is a nesting and resting and cloudy day. You are definitely introverted. The moon is pulling you way into nesting and resting. Your home planet Pluto rules the day. It is a day where you will feel death consciousness on your shoulder. It is not you that's supposed to die. It's the old you that had no faith that now must die. This is officially your birthday, but you have been through the ringer, so I don't think you're going to feel like celebrating at this point, but you can celebrate because if you're alive, you graduated, okay? You graduate. Now, there might be some weeds left in there depending on who you are, but as you pick up the sword of Saturn, you still have time to cut those weeds. You are now moving into the next chapter of learning, and on this particular day, you are taking a knee and resting. Notice the sun is teeter-tottering. But really, I want to talk about this energy. Scorpio energy is protection energy. That's why I call you the guardian of the zodiac, because Scorpios have the stinger. The stinger enforces truth and justice, right? Librans determine who's guilty. Scorpios send them to jail. That's how it works. Why? Because the Scorpio sees right through you. That's why you got X-ray vision, the ability to see through bullshit, right? So now that you have finally cleaned out your own inner bullshit, all right, this is a Taurus talking to Scorpios, and you have faith in yourself, now that your psychic awareness should be online after 3 years of development, it is now time to carry out this inner confidence into a whole new, brand new you, a new ego. Our ego is the part of ourself that says what you are. I am this and I am that. Okay? I am this and I am that. The I ams are going to change. What you used to be is not what you are now. Things have changed. All the I ams have to change. And before you enforce what you are, you really should stop, because it's up for audit and edit. In the first 9 days of your birthday, you will be looking at ego parts of yourself, your I am statements that no longer apply. So I used to say I'm a warrior. Now I'm not a warrior. I'm a wise man. I don't want to fight. All right, that's a huge I am update, right? Those types of updates will be what they are. Then you move into, well, what you do. Well, if you're not a warrior, you don't fight anymore. Your actions change when you change your ego programming. And then at the top, the polishing of it is the charisma. Hi, the salesperson, the one that can go out in the world and pull in through immediate law of attraction. This will be a 3-year rebuild from now till 2015. You'll be working on the ego portion until February of 2013. And this week we dive deep into the I am reversals, which is also known as a birthday. All right, so where are we, on Tuesday? Nope, we're on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we click into 1 degree, and that means it's time to find out, does your ego, yes or no, stand up for, yes or no, what you love about yourself, yes or no? Don't carry it past that. Does your ego stand up for what you love in yourself? That is the first degree of Saturn everything. The sun is well conjuncting Saturn. You're probably pretty serious, but I think you're feeling rather centered. The moon is in late stages of Aquarius, and so you are well nested and rested, hopefully, from this little transit. See, this is Wednesday. So then on Thursday, sunny and super childlike, and the universe has blessed you by giving you a childlike day on this day. Now the moon rules the day, and the moon crosses over Neptune, so you get a booster shot of inner faith, and hopefully your inner child gets boosted up and starting to get excited, and you should be excited. It's your birthday, and not just your birthday, it's the beginning of the rest of your life, okay? But looking at the planets, the sun today, dead conjunct Saturn. What does this mean? Saturn is I decide. The sun is I love. So I decide what I love when the sun conjuncts Saturn. Now this only happens once a year where we decide what we love. And this is always really about what we love in ourselves. Now in your case, it's an ego-based thing. It's time to decide what you love in yourself ego-wise. And it's time to decide whether or not you have been protecting that part that you love. Whatever you decide on this day starts as ground one, is ground zero of the Saturn Scorpio lesson. If you have someone cut you off in traffic and you freak out and you overreact, whoa, this is going to be a tough lesson, because you've decided emotionally this is how you handle it. Emotion is a big part of this, incidentally. So on this day, you know, I don't think we can be authentic, be yourself, and just see where we're going to end up. Then we get to Friday. Now Friday is a great day because it's Jupiter ruled day. It's your birthday. You're feeling it. I think you should go out and have a good time. You're sunny and playful. The moon is in your sign. This will probably be one of the best days of the entire birthday transit to celebrate your birthday. So no matter when your birthday actually is, you might want to have just one for yourself and enjoy it on this Friday. You just survived an inner child. You just survived a karma transit over the last 3 years. There's a lot to celebrate on this day, and I hope that you do celebrate a little bit. Looking at the planets, whoops, sorry. Looking at the planets, the moon is on approach for Uranus. There's a little bit of a warning there. Uranus is hanging out and trying to change your life, but as the moon crosses Uranus somewhere in this next 24-hour period, your life or lifestyle might feel at risk. Saturn is in your sign, and Saturn is trying to plant new ego lessons. So as the moon moves into your house of reality, car accidents, physical accidents, damage to your health, please be careful, okay? We don't want to learn the hard way, and this is definitely a slippery slope in the daily life. You just want to be very careful. Now on Saturday is the real breakdown. This is the regular schedule breakdown everyone gets, but now Saturn's in the sign, it's about you. So potential major breakdown, showers, chance of release on Saturday on the best possible day. That's because of all the things happening. Basically on Tuesday, when the sun conjunct Saturn, on Thursday, we started the emotional transit of Saturn in Scorpio, where your ego is not protecting yourself, where your ego I am statements are false. Where are the false I am statements? So when the first Uranus breakdown day, Any I am statements that are false can break down. In other words, you can gorilla chess somebody and then get into a fight that breaks a leg. So don't go too far. Be careful of your I am statements. You can learn by almost doing and not doing. There's other things going on. This opposition with Mars in Sagittarius opposing Jupiter retrograde in Gemini. This opposition's been building up in you for a long time anyways, okay? And strangely enough, it has to do with what you feel you deserve, your value structure. Mars saying, go get the raise, go get your value, go manifest your abundance. Jupiter in Gemini not knowing when to draw the line. Now let me tell you, this might be something happening with an employee or a boss or someone screwing you on a deal, because it's about what you're worth versus boundaries. You got screwed. When it comes to boundaries, you will not be clear on boundaries till the summer of 2013. You do owe what you deserve, but just give you that little word of advice. Now remember, it's a breakdown day for ego statements going too far. This is how the universe tempts you into it. And then back to where I was, the moon crossing Uranus, which is some sort of a breakdown in your daily life between Friday night and Saturday night. So a daily life breakdown. That could be your car breaking down. That could be your leg being broken. Be very, very careful. You're in a Saturn transit, starting up a new transit, of lessons. We want to have that lesson start at the highest levels possible and not go through any pain. So Saturday's a tough day. Please be careful. On Sunday, it's a breakthrough day, cloudy and hyper aware. The moon is off Uranus, but you're hyper aware. Your emotions, you're wearing on your shirt sleeve. Your body's taking a hit with that vibration. Mercury rules the day, which allows us to detach a little bit. And that allows you also to kind of get a breakthrough as far as to where the breakdown was with ego charisma. Now, by the way, it's very possible that your breakdown on Saturday is that you flip out on everyone else. And for the first time, speak up. And maybe you feel like your I am statement went too far, but it's probably lines that need to be drawn. So I don't want anyone to feel bad. But I do want you to know that on Sunday, you have got to make yourself feel better, because Venus is offline, which means giving and receiving on Earth is offline, which means you have to get it from yourself and that sort of thing. The good news is Venus moving into Libra means you're going to feel immediate manifestation of the interfaith transit. For those who face their weeds, Venus is now coming into the subconscious to water that part of your soul. So those who face their weeds, flowers will grow. Those who didn't face their weeds, this is the universe setting them up to fail. So this is why you should always do your homework, kids. Always do your homework. All right, Officer Scorpio, that's all I have for your 7-day forecast. Come on down, dress up as your Miss Lilith. Come on. You got Saturn in your sign. You got no excuses, Scorpio. And also remember, we have free office hours. Suzanne Pirelli is the Scorpio on our site that can help you draw your emotional boundaries. She is live in office hours on Thursday. And I will see you in 7 days with more. Until then, live, love, be. Having a hard time with love lasting long enough? How often is your first date your last date? Have you noticed that your relationships last no more than 2 days? They say love never lasts, but in your case, it doesn't even start. Your birthday is a secret soul security number. We know everything about you, how you love, how you lust, and how you like to be lusted by. In one video, you'll understand what you're looking for in love and what you offer. Secrets of Birthdays, now available at secretsofbirthdays.com.